it's Gooner time with the one and only Troopz. Yes, yes, Troopz. How you doing, brother? Welcome back, you lovely man. How you doing, Troopz?
I'm all right. I'm not too bad.
You were with us in the very, very first week. I think my second ever show. You were on that lime green sofa. Are you still an ecstatic Arsenal fan? You're unbeaten in 18 games, Troopz.
Yeah, we're unbeaten, but the performances are not good. Like, we're getting very lucky.
Yeah.
We've been poor since the Basel game, which was October.
Yeah.
We should have lost to United.
Yeah.
Got lucky, got the goal. It's good because we showed courage and kept going. Normally, we would have lost that game in previous seasons, but for me, it's not good enough.
Should you have lost last night in the Champions League against PSG?
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
no doubt.
We were terrible. That first half was on par with the Man United first half.
Was it that bad?
It was terrible. Like, there was no... I don't understand why the performance has dropped so dramatically.
Yeah.
Because the way we performed against Chelsea, and then we kept it going for the Basel game, and then it's just dropped. And I don't know why. Because it's the same players, but I don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
You're missing Bellerin, of course.
Yeah.
And that's a... If there's one problem area for Arsenal at the moment, it's that right-back position, is it not?
Yeah, because Jenkinson, he's Arsenal through and through.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of the Arsenal fans kind of don't really get on him. But now it's got to the point where you've been in there for I think 5 games now. He's had a run. He's had a run. His fitness should be up to scratch. And I don't think he's not good enough for the Arsenal team.
So is it fair to say when Bellerin is out, Arsenal are decidedly shaky?
Yeah, at the back.
Yeah.
Because there's not another right back you can put in unless you put Mustafi to the right back and then you can bring in Holding or Gabs and put them at centre back.
With that in mind, we were talking about this earlier as well. Do you not wish that you'd allowed Wiltshire to go to Bournemouth on loan for an entire season? Because if he was short term, you could have had him back, and he probably, if he was fit, of course, that's always an issue with Wiltshire, he probably would have played last night, would he not?
Yeah, definitely, because Santi's a big miss. That's why Ozil's dropping deeper to get the ball.
Yeah.
But Ozil's not performing as well. That's the thing.
Sure.
Ozil's been missing for the past few weeks, and I haven't really addressed that matter because I'm more concerned with Ramsey's performances.
Yeah.
Because Ramsey's been at the club for longer, and Ramsey hasn't performed since the 2014 season. Whereas people are just getting on Ozil's back because he goes missing in a few big games.
Yeah.
But people fail to realise that the Chelsea game, he was the main guy.
Yes.
And when he plays well, Arsenal win.
Well, here's an interesting Champions League fact for you. Goals this season in the Champions League, I've got a feeling you'll like this one, Troopz. Tottenham, 3. Ozil, 4.
You know what I mean?
That's great.
Mitchell. That's Mitchell camera.
So Ozil, people are getting on his back.
Yeah.
Not you. You're a supporter.
Yeah, I'm a big Ozil fan.
Ozil alone has scored more goals on his own than Tottenham did in the entirety of their Champions League campaign, which of course is now sadly for Tottenham over. Giroud. Let me ask you about Giroud. How did you feel about Giroud being on his own last night up front?
Me personally, I actually said to start him yesterday because I would have started him up top like he did, but I would have rested Alexis. But with Giroud, the thing is that because he's not a quick player, and when you see the difference in our team when he's up top and Alexis ain't up top, there's no movement. He's static. He's a kind of player that you just it's a long ball. Put it in the box and he'll put it in.
Okay.
You can't. There's not no movement with the team with him in it.
So that's interesting. You would have rested Sanchez.
Yeah, because of his thigh.
Yeah.
And we've got big games coming up now, and obviously I'm disappointed that we haven't. It looks like we're not going to win the group now because obviously PSG have got Ludogorets in the next game at home. We've got Basel away, so it's a more difficult game. Actually,
though, Troopz, the way that other results have gone in the Champions League, it might actually work out better if you don't win the group because you might avoid maybe like a Real Madrid in the last 16.
But then you've got like Atletico Madrid's, you've got Barca. And I just know that we're going to get Barca.
Bad results, so Troopz, very, very few and far between at the moment. And it's interesting that already there are sort of stirrings amongst certain Arsenal fans that, oh my goodness me, are we in for another traditionally bad sort of end of the year run-in? Do you see that happening? Or do you think you can turn it around and beat Bournemouth at the weekend?
Hopefully we beat Bournemouth on the weekend because it's my birthday. So I'm looking for a good performance. But the way we're performing at the moment is that at the moment, it looks like the footballing gods are shining down on us.
Yes.
Because we're playing terrible, but we're still getting the points. But it's a matter of time until the luck runs out and these draws turn into defeats. Yeah. And that's what I'm worried about because the performances ain't stepping up. The performances are getting worse, in my opinion.
but the ability to still manage to grind out a result, snatch a point from nowhere, I mean, that's usually, traditionally, the hallmark of a championship winning side, isn't it?
Yeah, that is true.
They just don't lose.
Yeah. But it's just, with Arsenal, you don't know with Arsenal, because when you see United 7-8 years ago when they wasn't performing but getting the points, you know that because Fergie's there that something could happen. With us, it's a bit, you don't know. You don't know, like, because...
Well, specifically, if we talk about the Champions League and not the Premiership, legend Ian Wrighty said this is a quote, "Judging Arsenal's last 3 performances, you can't see a team that can win the UEFA Champions League. Something has to change drastically in the team." Would you agree with Ian Wright?
I totally agree. I agree with most things that Wrighty says.
Yeah.
Most things he says, I'm fully behind him.
I love him, but drastic change? That's a bit much, isn't it? Drastic change.
I think he's got a point, because yesterday we lost the midfield battle. We got overrun.
Yeah.
Verratti and Matuidi were having fun.
Yeah.
It was like a walk in the park for them. And defensively, we looked very shaky. And when you come against, and because Cavani is not as clinical as a Lewandowski or an Aguero or a Suarez, when you come up against a bigger team, a proper European giant, the mistakes that we were making yesterday, a player on a level will punish them mistakes.
Sure.
And that's why I agree with Wrighty when he says we need to drastically change.